goofing around with Cryptomancer.
No kidding.
Day.
I was kidnapped to run this game today.
Hey, I paid.
I was paid. I was paid to run this game.
I was bribed.
I was bribed is a good word for it too.
I like to think of it as purchasing a service, but that's just me.
Money can be used for goods and services.
There we go.
All right. So I have spent the last 4 hours trying to speed read this and understand how this world works, how this system works. We'll be using rolls to do dice rolling. Room name is Crypto.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a thing I need to get into.
And I have not looked over your character sheet, so I don't know how legal they are. So I'm just going to assume that you're all playing more or less above board.
Do skill checks. There we go. So
it seems to be more or less all right, though.
Cryptomancer for the
just crypto, just crypto. No mancer.
What the hell is my character name?
Craig's Bentlix.
I love random name generators.
I use them sparingly, and usually I click them multiple times to find like one word that's decent, and I'm like, okay, I'll take that. But I generally don't. Anyway,
I went with the easy name.
Yeah.
I feel like you basically just stole from either League of Legends or Dota, or both.
No, I was just trying to think of a random name, and the first thing that came to my head was Jinx.
Isn't that from LoL though?
It
I
is.
think so.
But it's
And
not
Jaina.
based on that. No, Jaina is Warcraft.
Oh,
It was meant to be spelled like that, but it ended up being spelled like that.
all right.
Fair.
So how about you guys go over your characters and their particular specialties, whatever you had in mind, as I refresh myself on these setting details before I basically read out the campaign word for word and we play it out.
Alright. Fair enough. I'll go first, I guess. Seeing as, I paid to make this happen. So yeah, as Spud said, I'm playing Krax. I'm an elf, which in this system means not all that much, particularly.
There's a echo coming from Smarty.
That's my anger.
Tut, Smarty, tut.
Sorry.
But yeah, long story short, I am a drug-addicted elf that likes punching things.
Okay.
Oh yes, this setting is more than a little grim and more than a little dark.
I vote Smarty's next.
Well, okay. Oh, alright. Hang on.
You're also quiet.
Yeah,
Am
sorry,
I?
I've got two headsets, so
And are they both on?
they are both on, but one of them the microphone doesn't work, and the other one the headphones don't work. So
Oh, good.
yeah,
So why do you keep drifting in and out?
because I'm trying to get the volume right on the one that does work with the microphone, so I'm just fiddling with the boost.
All right.
Yeah,
Be mindful of breathing directly into the mic, because that caused a
Try
loud
not to.
burst.
Spud's like, $25 was not worth this. It was just not worth this.
Oh, man.
Right, I am playing as Jinx, 15-year-old human female. I also punch things, but I have obnoxiously huge gauntlets to do so.
All right, then.
So in this game about magical hacking, we're all playing punch characters.
You're playing punch characters.
One
I
punch
hit
hacker.
things with a stick.
You punch things with your brains.
Do you want to go Digo or me?
I'll go, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I am playing Ace, a 19-year-old male human. I guess something of a face is the way I designed this character. I mean, he's kind of a personality. His weapon is a named moonbow. That's what I called it. It's a nice weapon of elven make. He also wears a sea captain's greatcoat that is way too big for him.
All right. I am playing Parisa, who's a female dwarf. We have one of each race in this party. I hit things with a stick, which is basically a quarterstaff. And she talks to animals a lot.
Playing a Disney princess.
Yeah, you're quiet again.
Yeah.
So, in this game about magical hacking, hands up who actually took any hacking abilities.
I think it's just you.
Well, I didn't, so...
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Those abilities.
I should know. When I made mine, I was staring at yours for a very long time.
I guess, yeah, mana mail counts, sort of.
That
I'm not
counts.
really sure disassemble and babble
No,
count,
those
but-
aren't really. Yeah, those are actual spells, not. You don't have like denier or shard scry or any of the ones that actually let you do fancy stuff with shard administration. So none of you are actually shard stormers or hackers.
Yet.
So that big old section of the system that's all about like modeling a fantasy version of the internet with, actual like realistic security. Just ignore all that. Just cut that out of the manual. You don't need it.
We all did it to make your life easy, Spud, we swear.
But it still exists everywhere else, so it doesn't actually affect that.
I blame Zenko.
Can't just blame me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Still very quiet, Smarty.
I'm trying to get it to the point where I'm not too loud.
Well, you're too quiet right now.
Louder.
Well,
It's
let me
weird,
just
'cause he
turn
doesn't
up
have
the
this-
phone.
It's weird, because you don't have this problem on Skype most of the time.
No, I know. The problem varies between
Ooh.
Skype and Discord.
Well, they handle it differently.
Yeah, I know.
Alright,
I mean,
So,
almost failed. You can just turn me up separately.
I may just have to do that by like 50%.
alright. So, yeah.
So
At a time, I guess.
all right. So this takes place in the city-state of Prantis, which is this is an enormous walled city, surrounded by a mountain range on one side and ocean on, forest and ocean outside of that. It's ruled by an authority figure called a patriarch, not a patriarch, a patriarch. Which is elected every 10 years by 5 noble houses. There are 5 human noble houses and 2 dwarven clans and 1 elven tribe that are all sort of interested in the goings-on of the city-state. And I don't... It would take me forever to comprehend, let alone explain all the politics going on here, so I'll just start with the opening scene of the Silent War for Thronehouse. So you start out in your safe house, which is the cellar of a gem shop called the Gilded Guild. You the 4 of you have grouped up for basically because you're all, operatives on the run from the Risk Eaters, and you all just sort of, decided, hey, you look like you're serious. I'm serious. Let's work together on this and survive longer. And
We were looking for a hacker and we fucked up.
wait,
Actually.
you all eventually okay. So do you know anything about cryptomancy? No, you. How did we all get together without finding a cryptomancer? That's literally what this system is called. How did we not get one? Why are we all dumb brutes? Anyway, so the owner of the Gilded Guild, is that important? It's this dwarf from the Dead Rock clan called Gumble Crag. That is who owns the shop that you basically secretly rent out the cellar from. Gumble Crag is a member of Clan Deadrock, but also a close friend of the human house Glower. Our session starts with a couple of agents from House Glower. Basically, okay. This involves the Shardnet, which I need to explain and understand.
That's fine.
On the Shardnet, so is it like the... Yeah, so... And do they have, like, is it... No, it's not the Shardscape, so it's just your... Is it just your local Shardnet, then?
Must be? Well, it depends on where it's located, I guess.
Alright, there's an encrypted message on the public Shardnet, or that is encrypted, but with a message that you already know.
Okay.
Oh, I have read the sentence wrong. You've been given a piece of a Shardnet. Each of you given a piece of a Shardnet, a shard of this particular kind, given to you by agents of House Glower for future communication. And then as you're given it, this Shardnet, is shared between basically hold on. God.
This is how you know it's live, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how you know I'm just reading from adventure text and not really getting it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Save versus flavor text.
Oh god, okay. So Gumblecrag, the shop's owner, is a close friend of Aiden Glower, the representative of House Glower, and this Shardnet is shared. The Shardnet you've been given is shared between the four of you, Aiden Glower, and two of his agents. And you've been given a shared key phrase to protect your communications. Just in case, I don't know, someone might be listening in. Just standard procedure. The message on the Shardnet that you read, it calls for an urgent meeting at the prayer grounds of Vesper Grove, a location in town, at midnight.
Okay.
It's outside the wall. I have to scroll up to the map, then scroll back down to the actual adventure text. Alright. So, yes, that's the message. You are to arrive cloaked and observe the nightly prayers to whatever god you see fit until you are approached by one of Aiden Glower's agents. It's imperative that you are not followed. It is like 10 p.m. right now. The final bells for midnight will toll from Center Spire in 2 hours, so you have to leave immediately to get there.
Ooh, okay.
So, do you have any questions? Do you all want to get ready to go?
Yeah.
No questions.
All seems good to me. Let's go.
Okay. As you're gathering your things, you hear outside the cellar a pounding on the shop's front door. Like a very authoritative rapping on the door. There is a back door and alley. Not the most pleasant places to leave the building from, but it is an option.
Sounds like a good option, since we're kind of on a time crunch and we don't need to be entertaining people.
Yeah. Should probably just hightail it out the back door.
Alright, so you head out the back door into a dark and trash-filled alley. You hear behind you the front... Just as you're leaving the building, you hear what sound like two constables, local, police, coming in, collecting, demanding protection money from Gumble, the shop's owner. Zenkarn, you're muted. Is that any particular reason, or?
Oh, I was scrolling through the book, and I didn't want my clicking to be audible.
But anyway.
What do you think? We could go around into the front if you want to deal with this.
You're right. We're on a time. We are kind of on a time crunch, so it's probably better to try and sneak past if we can.
You are somewhat certain that Gumball... You can trust Gumball. He's kind of a stern-headed fellow, and you can trust that he's not going to like give away any affiliation to you. These guys are just collecting protection money.
As we're walking out the back, 1 gold coin. Yeah, they're right down there.
Everyone run.
No, you're outside of the building before you can hear any particulars of the conversation, unless you decide to go back and intervene.
No.
All right, so that's a firm no on that.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. Do you take any? So you are cloaked, as requested in the Shardnet message, and you are not the only group of cloaked figures. There's street urchins digging through the trash, pressing against doors to see if there are any that are unlocked. Do you take any precautions or actions while you are going on your trip to Vesper Grove?
Head down, walk fast.
Look over our shoulder.
Try not to look suspicious.
Well, I feel like if we're supposed to not be tailed, we should probably be very cautious.
Maybe double back a few times, kind of thing.
Stealth check.
I need to look at the skills.
Yeah.
What
4 stealth.
2.
What would apply in this situation? Because the book is not helping.
Escape artistry?
No, that's more for like stuff that requires a certain amount of contortionism.
Brute melee?
Definitely brute melee.
Just start smacking people down the street.
If nobody's conscious, nobody can follow us.
This long trail of just unconscious bodies. Were you followed? Not for long.
Speed, would tracking count?
Let's see.
Performance.
Let's see. I need to actually go to the skills reference and see what they describe those skills being. Tracked in location by following evidence to target. No, that wouldn't. Hide, move, sound, other ways to evade detection, sleight of hand, scrounge, query, precise melee, performance, menace.
Stealth.
Well, stealth will definitely apply in this situation, but I'm more about the check I want to make, ask you to make, but it does not seem like there is an equivalent to perception. Parts of it are split up into, like, scrounge and tracking, but there's no, like...
Would it be deception? No, not if it's perception.
I think it's a combination of normal stealth and tracking. Like, from what I'm...
But stealth determines a character's ability to hide, move silently, and otherwise evade detention or detection. Maybe that's a typo on their part.
Maybe it's a more general stat check of wits.
Gosh, really? They don't... Like, how do you not have, like, a clear equivalent for the most common role of, do I see something that is difficult to see?
Who needs to see things? Unless I'm DMing, in which case, just roll perception all the time. Because hopefully by the time, like, you finish rolling, I've made up whatever you see at the time.
Basically.
Wow.
Because tracking is following evidence left behind or navigating through unknown territory. That's not.
But this is more of a making sure we're not being seen thing.
I guess.
Attention is not being drawn to us.
I guess I'll just say that since you took a moment to check, you do notice that you do have a tail. But as you spot the cloaked figure that's following your movements, there's a encrypted message across your shared shardnet that says, I'm one of Glower's men. I've been sent to assess your abilities.
He could be lying.
Well, it's on the shardnet that Glower's agents gave you, so.
We should punch him to make sure.
I can do that.
It's your answer to everything.
Let's not and say we did.
He says
Let's do it and say we didn't.
he says I'm not staying around for long. I have other places to be, and he heads off down a different street.
Fair enough, I guess.
Sure.
All right. So you head out the city-state walls, following a winding path patrolled by the occasional pair of mounted soldiers wearing insignias belonging to House Bun, and you reach the prayer grounds of Vesper Grove.
Woot.
It's a sort of a grassy plain atop a hill. Heavy stones have been strewn across the plain to prevent trees from sprouting underfoot. There are icons and small shrines to a bunch of diverse gods. Not unlike sort of ancient Greek or Roman pantheon sort of thing. There's only a handful of other people in the area, and all of them are silently paying their respects to different shrines.
All right, then I guess following the instructions, we should be doing the same.
I'm just going to pick
Yes.
whichever one looks the coolest. Just stand in front of it. I don't know what any of these are, so I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll follow Jinx's lead.
It took you a while to travel from within the city to outside, so it's not much longer before the chiming of the midnight bell rings, and over your given shardnet, you're once again given a message. You are told the message says that this locale is a dead drop location. There's a deep hole bored into the stone upon which the shrine of Kahil rests, plugged with a smooth pebble. Inside that hole will be a scroll with an encrypted message. It must be extracted.
Okay.
The message also says that the group is being watched and will be tailed, which is why you were all sent. Tailing one will be easy, but tailing multiple marks scattering to the wind will be difficult. You'll have to scatter when you leave Vesper Grove to lead your tails anywhere but your safe house or House Grover that your benefactors keep. The tails might have murderous intent, so it's going to be a long night for everyone.
Hey guys, I know this is an introductory thing to make sure you're good as agents, but we may kill you.
We're not making any promises, but some of you may not survive.
The rest of you definitely
Small
won't.
idea.
Go for it.
Yeah, but it all depends on how much we trust everyone, because it involves leaving someone Parisa's true name if I use the messenger to take the scroll when we left. So none of us would have the scroll.
Well, you have your own. It's assumed that you have your own separate shardnet for communicating with the four of you. So you do not have to stick together, but you can still maintain private communication.
Man, that is probably that is probably the most useful thing ever.
It really
long range communication in D&D. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yay!
It means you can, and it's sort of
Split the party.
yeah, you can split the party and still have them coordinate without having to do like, well, how would you know that you need to do that now? No, you just talk to each other. You're in constant communication potentially.
Agent X, in 5 minutes, I need you to jump off the roof.
Yeah, you
Why?
can.
Don't ask questions.
You can even coordinate amongst yourselves before you extract the scroll. Basically, decide like who's going to take it, who's gonna.
Well, okay. In that case, who is the fastest?
I was gonna say, who's the second fastest?
They'd expect the fastest to take it.
Yes,
I'm not-
exactly.
I'm not the fastest at all, but I do have messenger, and that messenger can fly faster than a hawk.
Can any of us?
Okay, so
run
we're going to give it to
faster
the
than that?
messenger.
If you use an animal messenger, there's the chance that it might get tailed or intercepted itself.
I think I read something that it's really hard to actually do that. Because I thought a lot about it before I took it. I don't remember.
Messenger. Spell that summons a small resourceful animal. Messengers travel extremely fast, about the speed of a hawk, regardless of what type of animal they are or terrain they must traverse. In fact, they travel so fast they cannot be followed, which is sometimes unfortunate, because messengers seem to know where the recipients are, even when the caster does not.
All right, so we need a recipient.
Yeah, that's the other problem, is that you need to specify a recipient, and there's not a long list of people you trust right now.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is more of not even just a trust thing. I have to know the true name of the recipient to send it to them.
Oh, so you want to do like a Hail Mary football play?
Wait,
So it's a great idea in theory, but it involves a huge amount of trust to have that information.
Well, it's also assumed that you know each other's true names,
Yeah, but I wouldn't want
unless
to
you
send
want
it
to,
to any of
unless
them.
you say otherwise. Only the spell itself requires a true name upon casting.
Sure, I'll be a wide receiver.
Well, you don't know exactly how you'll be tailed yet, so you don't know if swapping will actually give you a strategic benefit.
It's an option at least.
Well, here's an idea. As I throw out more absurd ideas, we separate. I have the scroll, and we see how many people follow anyone and me, and then whoever has the least perceived threat following them gets it. Maybe.
Now you can report to each other how it goes. Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking of because we have that shard net with the four of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Sounds good.
Yeah?
And I completely assume that if it's known that I have it, I'm going to have the biggest tail.
So you may want to make a stealth roll to try to extract the item without revealing who it is.
Or we could be a giant dick.
Break the statue.
No. See, what we do is we cast Dissemble on ourselves, take the scroll, and leave, because anyone who doesn't know the password can't recognize us.
They won't need to recognize you to hunt you down and kill you, though.
Yeah, they kind of see us leaving.
If they are following you are wearing cloaks right now. It is hard to tell who you are right now anyway.
Nah, it's fine.
You don't need to see your face to stab it.
Yeah, dissemble isn't actually helpful here.
It's always helpful, Spud. It's
Nice.
always helpful.
Benefits.
Why don't you just always have it on, then?
How do you know? He
Fine,
doesn't.
I will.
And just creep out everyone you ever meet.
Your new name is JPEG.
Anyway.
So you actually need to start doing something now.
I'm going to try and
I like the
stealthily
messenger plan.
extract the message.
So,
I'm all for Parissa's idea.
So let's see.
We still have to get it out.
Yeah.
So let's do that first.
So your speed is 4, 2 of that is an agility, so for stealth you roll 2d10 plus 3d6. And this is, I'm going to say, extracting this is, it's on a flat, grassy hill with all these shrines about. So I'm going to say it's going to be, well, for just reaching to a hidden compartment and extracting a thing without anybody noticing, I'm going to say it's just a trivial challenge.
Well, one of the things I rolled was an 8, so...
So that's an 8 and a 4 on the 2d10s. So that's 2 successes. On the 3d6 there was a 2 and a 4 and a 5, but the 2 counts as a botch. So you just with one success you just barely succeed. God, that echo from Smarty. It's very, very faint, but God. So you make a bit of noise, and a couple of other hooded heads turn your way as you, reach down and remove the smooth pebble and pull out the scroll.
I never said I was fast or stealthy.
Quick, everyone stop praying really loudly, and hopefully they won't notice.
Loud
Dear Buddha.
chanting, let's go.
Do you want to make does someone else want to make a check to try and help?
Sure. What check do we make?
I'd say deception. Or
Sure, I've got
yeah,
3 in that.
Yeah,
What could possibly go wrong?
deception.
So 3d10, and then a number of d6s equal to whatever the number is to make 5, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Neat! Or not. Actually, no, that sucked.
Yeah, the fate dice were not kind to you there.
Can we just laugh at the fact that 4 of the rolls in this room are all the same number? Like the total number?
Oh, Jesus Christ, they are too.
23, 23, 23, 23. At least the individual numbers aren't the same every time.
That'd be funnier. And kind of creepy.
So there's a 10 and a 7, which passes even a challenging check, but there's a 2 and a 1 on your fate die, which cancels out both of them. So you attempt to provide a distraction, but since everyone's praying, they just kind of assume you're overcome with emotion and pay you no mind. You fail to distract from the slightly more suspect action of one of you kneeling down and fiddling with the statue's base.
So basically, the crazy elf is no helpful to the slow, not stealthy dwarf.
10 out of 10, guys. You're doing well.
Should have stuck to punching things.
Yeah, so because it's on the fate die, it's you get another success on a 6, and on a 1 and a 2, it's a botch. But 3, 4, and 5 are just no modifier.
Oh, well.
Do you get anything special for rolling a 10 on your actual die? Is there like a critical there?
Pat on the back. Oh.
It might take forever to actually find it.
Hang on. But no, that's not actually what I'm looking for. Critical wounds, not really what I'm looking for. Well, if it is, I can't find it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's no such thing as if you roll a 10 on a d10, there's no... Nope.
Yep.
No, there's no such ruling in the page, so no such thing as a critical success.
Shame.
At least without actually earning the maximum number of successes on your dice. But no critical on an individual attribute dice.
Sads. Oh well.
Alright, let me scroll back down to the freaking campaign. So, you now have the scroll in your possession, Prisa.
That's one way to say it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess since we have it,
Now you need to decide how you leave the area.
Did someone say leg it?
The dwarf is it.
the dwarf should leave first because the dwarf is terrible at noticing things.
Well, you should leave.
We could all just leave together, wait for them to follow us, and then just overpower them while they're not paying, and then just like ambush them somehow.
I think they did ambush us before then.
No, but we've got lots of punch wizards.
I can't hit good.
No, it's fine.
Ah, jeez.
Smarty seems to be muted.
Probably to stop the echoing.
Ah.
But punch was.
All right, how about this? How about play action? Since we're still going on this football metaphor in my head, I'm going to dash across the field at our dwarf and pretend like I snatched the scroll and keep running.
That will definitely advertise what you're doing if you have a tail.
You sure you want to knock me over, you jerk?
Besides, this is hallowed ground. You know, this is a religious site. No one's going to try and start anything here.
Do not fight.
You know I shouldn't suggest this, but you should totally do it.
Do not.
Well, not actually, like, you know.
I have
really
a funny feeling the
her.
game's creators would hate you, Zenkarn.
I have a feeling the game's creators would just lob a fireball at Zenkarn. Let's be honest.
just as soon as he shows up on the field, just this giant god ray comes down and burns him like an ant under a magnifying glass.
Hey, there's nothing in the rules that says I can't play it the way I'm playing it, so I'm gonna do
No,
it.
there isn't. There's just this one that says you shouldn't.
I don't see that rule anywhere.
I just, you know, in terms of, you know, trying to keep things stealthy and under wraps, enacting a football play is probably not high on that list of tactics.
Could we at least wait until we leave
Fair
the
enough.
hallowed ground before doing that? Please.
Actually, that's a good point. Actually,
I'm also dubious that you know, passing the hot potato around will actually help.
I was under the impression that maybe they know that there's a hot potato among us somewhere, so if I just kind of just pretend like I took it and ran, I might get most of them on me.
And then
Well,
it'd
yeah,
just
we could
be
just go
only
to the
you
edges.
against whoever's the tail.
That's true.
Well, what
Generally,
we could do-
generally getting into a violent confrontation without proper preparation and cleanup is a risky move.
What we could do is actually take an element of the idea, and if we all go to the edge of the place before we leave and before they start chasing us, could we all roll deception to like pass it around, like not quite pass it around ourselves, but pretend to pass it around ourselves and then scatter, so they're not concentrated completely.
You don't
on
know
our
you
dwarf?
don't know if you are being watched, and you don't know if anyone saw the scroll being taken. But you do suspect that it wasn't particularly stealthy, and if so, if you are being watched, then they probably saw it.
Well, I'd prefer to take precautions as if they did see us than not, just in case.
But
Well,
would those precautions actually work?
I don't know.
I'm going to
Depends
say
on how well we roll, I guess.
We could be subtle about it. We kind of leave sort of like
it
a
might
group.
be more helpful first to leave either together or separately and see what happens first. You'll be able to communicate as it happens, so it's not like you need to plan now before you separate.
I have an idea. I feel like anytime I've done this like 3 times. But we leave as a group, as Spud said, and like see what happens.
Or
and
separately.
then- or separately. No, but see, we leave as a group, and then like try and vaguely figure out if we're being followed, and then fake an argument, and then separate, and then see who follows who,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's all
I
I
was
got.
I was going to suggest the Watch Dogs approach, where we just go into a building and hide behind a desk and hope it all just goes away for a bit. But
I'm not playing this like an open world GTA style thing. That's not how this works at all.
I would like to know. I just finished Watch Dogs like the other day, and it's a great game. But yeah, I like Davis's ideas.
I disagree,
Watch Dogs
but
2.
Watch Dogs 2 is actually looking pretty good, but Watch Dogs 1 is a mess.
Oh, it's not perfect in any way, but I had fun with it.
It's, you know, you can have fun with it. It's got some fun stuff going on, but like story wise,
Yes,
it's a
it's moments.
complete mess.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the gameplay was fun. Anyway, I vote for, Avis's idea.
Yep.
You want to run that by me again?
Leave together, assess if we're being followed, and as much as we can by what, fake an argument and separate, and then figure out who's following who.
Okay. So, after a certain amount of time, you group up and leave the hallowed grounds together. And you keep an eye out for any tails?
Yeah.
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 You know, it seems like a few of the cloaked figures paying their respects seem to have dropped what they're doing and are tailing from a distance. So when do you decide to have your little fake argument?
Well, what's the city like? Like, what's the area we're in like?
You're outside the city-state's walls in sort of the surrounding grassy, sparsely populated hills areas. There is a forest path nearby that you can veer off the road and cut through that to reach this, instead of heading for the nearest city's gate. Just try and cut through that to reach a different one.
I vote we go towards the forest then. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier to lose them in that than it is in the sort of hills.
Together or separately?
I would... If we're going to do the fake argument thing, I suggest that if we do it at the edge of the forest, and that way we can, when we do scatter...
It's a distance away. The edge of the forest is a distance away from the Vesper Grove.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but there'd be very little ways to go of separation that would make sense in my head, unless we did it in the forest. But if we wait, who knows what would happen?
So what do you do?
Fuck it, let's just scatter and see what happens. Like, we're gonna have to do it eventually. There's no point waiting for it.
Just flee.
All right. You all head in. You all, after starting out together, you all fabricate a reason to separate.
Yes.
Like a really stupid, petty argument that explodes.
All
like
right.
for really stupid reasons.
Okay. All right. How to handle this? So, all right. You each head your separate ways. Some of you heading straight back towards the city. One or two of you heading towards the forests. A couple of you just kind of heading off the road. And you notice that as you travel along, and you notice that each of you has one or two hooded figures still following you from the hallowed grounds. A couple of you have only one, a couple of you have two.
Do we know who has two?
Yes. Parisa has two, and Craig's has two.
Fair
so
enough.
The two non-humans and the two oldest members have two. This is great. Fun.
So what's this for? Murder time.
Private time.
Did
They don't start anything for a while, giving you ample time to sort of try to either lose them where you're going or lead them into some kind of situation that goes to their disadvantage. You can, let's see. I haven't really decided where you guys have gone physically, so I'm going to give you a few choices. You can either go into the city and try and vanish into the city's just labyrinth of alleys, try and lose them or, lead them there. You can stick to the main thoroughfares and try and lose them in the crowd, or, just try and stay public so that they don't try and attack. Or you can, veer off from the gate nearest the prayer grounds and just go into the Sylvetic Forest and cut a path through there. I'm going to give each of you a choice, since you're all splitting up, as to what direction you head in.
I think I would prefer the crowds because I can't be stealthy, as has been proved.
Just the sort of prairie plains area and the forest and the city, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably go for the plains.
Well, there's no real way to lose them there. It's just a big open field.
Yeah, no, I know.
He wants
going
to
that
fight
way.
them.
Perfect DBZ field.
All right, so that's if that's your plan, that's your plan. And as long as everyone else knows what you're doing.
Yep.
We'll hear
Everyone
it.
else on the Chardonnay. You're an idiot. GG,
That's literally what's happening. You're
All
an
right,
idiot.
Smarty and Digo, what is your decisions? The alleyways, the Breeze has taken the thoroughfare, Avis has taken the thoroughfares, and Zenkarn is just going to stand out in the open and say, "Come at me, bro." So,
Come at me, bro. I'll go with the woods.
The woods? Okay. Then I will take the alleys.
all right. So, we'll start with Parisa, the one holding the scroll right now. I really need to have 2 copies of this thing open so I can have one that's on the thing and the other that's focused on the skills.
Yeah.
So I can know what's appropriate until I get used to them. Here we go. The big skill list. All right. So in the thoroughfares, yeah, so you stick to the well-lit, well-traveled, and well-patrolled major streets that connect the various public squares and the estates of the major houses. What?
Sorry.
Oh, Leroy Jenkins, I see. In the chat.
Great,
So
no,
as you walk through the street, the two hooded figures that were following you pick up their pace and start walking alongside you like you're in a group.
I'm assuming that they're not dwarves, so this is really funny in my head. Everyone taller.
So, what do you try to do in this situation? There's several large crowds. There's some fast-moving wagons. A few constables are patrolling the street, but it is a very public area.
I'm assuming that if I try to slow down so that they go ahead of me or speed up.
They stick to you and match your pace.
Yeah, that's what I was going to assume. That no matter if I change my pace, they would still try to keep up.
You think they're probably waiting for an opportune moment to pull you down an alley.
Uh-oh.
See, I think of ideas, but then they draw a severe amount of attention that I don't want.
There
you got
is
2
that.
people following you.
Yeah, but we're in a public place and they're following me, so it doesn't look like that. But if I do the standard female in trouble thing and call assault, that's
you might
spotlight.
you might get the attention
That
of the
is giant
constable,
spotlight.
but then they might start asking questions.
Exactly. So it's like a really terrible scale of how much attention.
At the moment, you're in the middle of a street that has, a few taverns sprinkled across it, so there's plenty of drunkards that you find yourself pushing through.
I want to check one thing. Is this? Thinking of summoning bugs wouldn't help. That just draws more attention.
Suddenly, Florida.
Literally, I could just call vermin, but then that's attention all over and chaos. But it would also...
What you need to do is get away from your 2 pursuers, and that means... And where you are, that means losing them in the crowd or just hitching onto something really fast.
And you said that there were the wagons, right?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
In theory, if I could grab onto one of them and use the time to do messenger, I could potentially have the scroll sent away as I'm running away. Or I could just roll stealth and just duck, since I'm super tiny.
You're not super tiny. You're a dwarf.
I'm
You
tinier
aren't
than
a magical shrinking creature.
You can't see me if I squat.
You can't see me if I can't see you.
You're the worst secret agents ever. And this game kind of requires you to be the best secret agents ever. Requires you to be the best.
Any way that works, right, Spud?
No, actually. In this system, there are very few ways that work. So do you want to hitch a ride on one of the wagons?
I want to try.
Let's see. Well, I think that might take acrobatics. Yeah, to jump and grab onto...
What is my acrobatics? Let's see. Oh, this shall be fun. It seems like all the skills I need to use are 2s. This is great.
Oh, jeez.
I never said I was good.
Well, actually, you got 1 success on your fate die, so... But you did roll a 1 on your d10, so that's a botch.
I just need to get on it for a little bit so I can... Well, that also makes a fuss if I fall off the carriage.
So that comes to... Even if that were trivial, it still comes down to 1 success and 1 failure, so it comes down to 0. So you try to grab onto wagon, but you trip and fall, and your 2 companions pick you up saying, "Oh, we got you. Just, be more careful, miss," and they start pulling you towards an alley. One of them unsheathing a dagger.
Okay then. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm going to.
But
yes, we're going to call the flowers. And that's Bloom Blessing and Sunblotter flowers.
Pardon, what?
This is literally another talent / skill. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at it on your character sheet, but
it's Bloom Blessing, it's at the bottom. I just didn't put in the actual flowers it mentions in
the book.
In the book, because it takes up a lot of space. I'll just post the one I want to use to make it easier.
You check their petals and floors with such volume and violence that a dense cloud of floor debris obscures sight.
It's the plant version of a smoke bomb.
All right. So I guess make a willpower check of challenging difficulty.
I am Poison Ivy, please. And willpower, I have a 5 in. So
you get to roll just 5d10.
Nice.
Yeah, success. You get 3 successes. You only needed 1 to cast the spell. So there are sunblotters growing like weeds in the alley, and as they pull you into the alley and try and basically stab you, they burst under your feet just as you expected, causing the agents to flinch and just sort of wave around, trying to clear it from their sight. But there's just this cloud of floral debris.
I take that moment to first, now I'm doing messenger to summon something to send the scroll to...
You may want to run first. I think that would actually take too much
time.
time.
2 things, and that's one of them. It's like simultaneously running and then doing this.
Running, casting spell. Running, casting spell.
It's like running out of the alley back into the crowd, summoning basically a small rat. And I'm just trying to decide who I'm sending it to. It's probably Jinx.
Well, you don't know if the others have shaken their tails yet.
Well, I don't want to have it anymore.
I'm getting rid of this thing. I just don't want it. I don't care if it gets caught.
I don't want this anymore. You have it.
It's not going to get them off your back, you realize. You actually have to shake this tail. They're not going to be like, "Oh, she doesn't have the scroll anymore. Never mind." That's not going to be how this works.
Well, can I still get away? and then hide again.
You have to roll athletics to dash for it.
Okay. I'm just gonna casually die a little bit.
2, 5, 3, 2, 5 on the attribute dice. 3, 1, 5 on.
Ouch.
So
I'm gonna casually die a lot.
So that comes to 0. So they are still blinded, and they are still blinded and whatnot by the flower cloud, the smoke bomb. But you are not able to get far enough away by the time they regain their vision, and they see you and start running after you. And not even pretending to try and tail you now. They are fully trying to catch you before you get away.
Help.
Good thing this is a one-shot, because I sense a TPK in our future.
And, yeah. How about we put that on pause and switch to someone else?
Please and thank you. No dying for me just yet.
So, Ace.
Hey.
You have one person tailing you, and you've ducked into the alleyways.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving down the alleyways. Maybe is there
your tail seems to be following you, but at something of a distance, far enough that he can see where you duck into, but not close enough that he's right behind you yet.
All right. Any ladders or anything? Maybe I can climb up.
Oh yeah, there's you find a dead end alley, but with a ladder leading up to the roof of one of the buildings.
Perfect. I am going to climb that.
All right. And it's a freestanding ladder as well.
Oh, okay. Climb up. Take it with me.
You just pull the ladder up.
Yeah.
The agent runs up and tries to stop you, and then seeing no other way up, starts trying to climb up the building. And I'm going to roll for that. Gosh, he starts climbing up with surprising grace and agility up the building.
You're secretly being tailed by Spider-Man.
Yeah. What were these rolls on our side? All right.
I should probably go into a private roller.
Nah, it's fine.
All right. So I picked up the ladder, but he's just climbing up the wall. Well, this should be fun. Can I just give him back the ladder?
Just to his face?
Yeah, just jam it back down at him. Here, I didn't. This will be easy.
Gosh, would that count as brute melee or feat of strength?
I'm gonna guess brute melee. I mean, gravity's kind of helping me on this. This is whether can I connect to him or not.
Yeah, I think that's how. Well, I don't know. With a big old ladder, it's not really like a club you're swinging around. It's this tall wooden thing. Might be kind of a. It's kind of unwieldy too. It might be more for precise melee. No, let's do brute melee.
Okay, brute melee. 1d10 and 4d6. Oh, this would be perfect.
And this is a challenging opponent. That's a success and nothing. 8, 3, 4, 4, 5. So, you get one success out of that, and the ladder sort of bounces off his face and manages to stun him for a bit. He doesn't actually fall. He manages to keep his grip on the handholds he's got right now, but it does make him stop and just sort of wince really hard at the headache you've given him as the ladder bounces off his forehead and clatters down into the alley.
All right, I will then take this opportunity to start running across the roof, look for a nearby building, and jump it. Do my best impersonation of the tick.
That will be... Yeah, that'll just be an acrobatics to jump across from one roof to another.
Okie dokie.
Or would that be escape artistry to... No, not right now. That would be like if you're trying to squeeze yourself through a window or something. So yes, acrobatics.
Awesome. Best roll ever.
Oh my god.
10 out of 10.
Wow.
Well played.
Success, botch, botch, botch. That is two failures, which is, I believe the technical term is very disastrous.
Fall down to your doom.
Dramatic failure is...
So he just sprains his wrist, right? Everything's fine.
You fail to cross the entire distance and fall down into the alley below, which is not an insignificant fall.
Awesome.
You do the Assassin's Creed hay dive. But there's no hay.
Achievement unlocked.
You fall a short distance. You suffer a critical wound, no immediate HP damage, but yeah, I believe with that.
That's going to leave you winded. And possibly with a few broken bones.
You lose 1 HP if you do a move and an action in the same round, basically.
Okay.
So you can only move or do something, not both.
So basically, he has a broken back.
You
Busted leg.
Yeah, busted leg is how we'll say this is. And you hear rapid footsteps on the rooftop above you. You are back down in a different alley.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Yeah. Well, doing just the corpse. Yeah, sure. I don't need any help for that. I'm gonna go ahead look just for some building to just run into then.
All right. So the idea being either to put... Are you trying to get some distance between you, or are you trying to actually hide in a building?
I don't think he could get far enough away at this point with that injury.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and getting into the building, I was kind of going down the hide route, so...
All right. It will count as... To do it in time to get the distance and to perform the check, I think that will trigger your critical wound and make you lose an HP.
That's fine. I'll take the chance.
So, yeah. I guess then make a stealth check.
That's how crazy this one comes out.
Success, and only one botch on the fate dice, so that comes to one success.
Woot.
Which is not ideal, but you do manage to sort of hide yourself away. So, now he's going to jump down, kind of climb down into the alley, where he knows you fell. He doesn't see you immediately, and he's going to try and track you down. But, wow. That is the most... I feel like I should share this with you, this roll I made in secret. 19922.
Oh!
That first step is a long one.
So, that's 3 botches and 2 successes. So he fails. He just does not detect you at all, and what does the book say he does now?
Hopefully something akin to giving up.
Spontaneously combust.
Goes back to the rooftop.
Yeah, he puts a hand on a shard of his own and seems to... The look on his face that you can see says he's not happy about what he has to report, but he seems to be reporting in that he's lost you, and he heads on down a different part of the alley away from you.
Roll not to sneeze.
And that'll be your part.
Woo. Okay, so I managed to lose them on one leg. What can you guys do to top that?
Well, I'm probably gonna die, so let's give you this girl. Hope you're not afraid of rats.
That's a good point. Are you going to put on the shard net that you lost him, or?
Once he's far enough away, he won't hear me whisper it. Like, okay.
You don't need to whisper. It's telepathic.
Oh, okay, it's meant to. That's right. Okay, so then I will telepathically tell the team, lost him, lost a leg. Kind of.
I think my entries were probably a lot of screaming.
Just
Help me! Oh god, I didn't sign up for this!
Please turn off your caps lock.
How do I turn off caps lock?
please stop shouting in your head.
Oh, reading through this now, it's not that you guys have your own separate, like, shards. You only have the one shard net that you're sharing with Glower and his agents, but you can use a different encryption passphrase to basically keep it between yourselves, the four of you, which you would have agreed upon before this. So, Smarty.
Hello.
Your character Jinx
Mm-hmm.
was going to head into the forest.
Into the woods.
It is very dark because it is midnight. There are mosquitoes and mud pits and snares for catching small game from, various hunters in town. But you make it a fair ways inside and you notice that your tail has, seems to have given up the ghost in the darkness. You're fairly certain that you're not being followed until you hear the barking of a very angry hound behind you.
Oh, good.
Run.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just book it.
So,
I should go.
given that you're in a very thick, entangled forest, what ideas do you have to try and shake your tail, knowing that they have a angry dog?
Well, if they have an animal and there are animal traps in the woods, there you go.
Do you actually want to try and use your trap skill to set something up?
Well, no, they're already set out by hunters.
That's true, but it's mostly for catching like rabbits and very small stuff like
You catch one
that.
of those traps in your leg, you're still gonna get hurt or at least
A
stunned.
dog is just a very big angry rabbit.
But how do you guarantee that the dog is going to get caught in it?
That's a better question.
That will be more the question of the skill.
No.
You know that they're probably tracking you, and will follow the path that you've charted through the woods, because at the moment you haven't done much to conceal your tracks, and they have a dog, so at this point it wouldn't be much use. So, but you do have you do notice the spot where there's a bunch of these snares. So how do you take advantage of that? Do you roll traps to try and set them up so that dog or someone will most certainly accidentally stumble into them?
You know what? Yeah, sure. Just try and find like one near into a tree or something and just set those up and hide in the tree.
Hide in the tree?
Hide in the tree!
Are you sure? Because even if they get caught, then they'll be right below you.
Jump into another tree.
And then I just jump on them.
Assassin's Creed 3 through all the trees. No, that's...
You want to jump on your two armed pursuers.
Well, one of them's a dog, and if the dog gets stuck in the trap, then he's going to do bugger all.
Sorry, you're one armed pursuer, and then the dog.
The dog. And if
Technically,
the dog doesn't get
armed
stuck,
with teeth.
the dog is armed with teeth.
Yeah,
And
that's
claws.
the thing. It won't keep them trapped for long if it's just for like a rabbit or something. At the most, it'll be a distraction.
Oh yeah, just try and get the trap set up to keep the dog in place at least for a bit.
All right.
And-
If you want to set that up, roll traps. It'll be a challenging check.
Right.
2 successes. No botches. So you unquestionably succeed at successfully modifying the traps you found. and you're fairly certain that if a dog or a person stumbles into them, these modified traps for small game, that they will get caught up in it and be incapacitated for at least a short while.
Yes. And then just use that opportunity to just run off further. Maybe.
All right. So now I'm going to roll a check for them to see if they stumble into it. Well, one of them definitely does not. But the dog, you hear barking, very sort of manic barking behind you, as you hear ropes pull and leaves rustle as the trap you set up goes off.
Poor doggy.
And the footsteps you could hear behind you in the forest stop. You can only imagine the look on your pursuer's face as their tracking dog just suddenly gets strung up by these rabbit rope traps, these snares. And by the time you figure out what happened and get the dog out, they'll still pursue you, but actually that's a point. They'll still be able to track your scent. You'll just have gotten more distance on them. So let's roll athletics to see if you've gotten further enough, far enough away that you can get back into town. Because you'll definitely just want to sprint after that. Well, no, no, wait. No, it's still a very densely thick forest. If you sprint, you're probably going to fall over. So, I'm actually going to say roll tracking to navigate the forest as quickly as possible. Well, I'm going to say that was trivial, and that's 2 successes and a failure. So, between that and the 2 successes on the trap, I'm going to say you got away.
Hey.
Which just leaves Zenkarn and the other half of Avis's thing.
One of you guys should totally save me.
So disappointed.
Yeah, well, with righteous reasoning, you want to fight them, and I'm about to die.
As soon as I can fix my leg, I'll come get myself hurt again for you.
Well, you can move as long as you don't do anything strenuous without taking damage. It's if you move and act in the same round that you start hurting.
Yeah.
But you can just move or just act just fine. Anyway, Zenkarn, you just stand out under the midnight moon after you leave the hollow ground, and you see a couple of hooded agents follow you out into the field.
I wave at them.
Okay, tell us, that'd be great.
They kind of look at each other and then check their surroundings, and then reach into their robes and pull out daggers. One of them also pulls out a crossbow.
Ah, shit.
Wasn't prepared for ranged attack.
You asked for this.
You brought a fist to a crossbow fight.
To be fair, I did want to test out the combat system because it does look kind of interesting. Okay, sure. Alright. I will ready my because I fight the same way Tamani does, but I've got just normal spiked gauntlets instead of massively oversized ones.
They approach you, but with weapons drawn. One close by, one at a slightly further distance, the one with the crossbow. And they motion for you to get down on your knees.
Sure, why not?
It seems they intend to capture you if they can avoid killing you.
Yep, alright, I kneel down.
On both knees?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the butt.
And one of them flips the dagger in his hand and tries to hit you with the butt of the hilt on the head.
Cool. I want to parry that and then punch him in the gut.
There's the butt.
There's the butt.
Okay, I need to.
I need to go back to where parry was. So I had it before and then I went and looked up something else.
Alright, so how do we do opposed skill checks then?
Attacking, defending. All right.
Yeah, if you help me out on this.
All right. So basically, you make a skill check against one. Okay, attacks a simply opposed skill check is made against one of the target's core ranks. However, which core rank exactly depends on the type of attack being made. So I'm assuming if he's going to attempt to like knife me,
he's actually trying to knock you out.
right? So that would be what?
That would probably be attacking your power.
At least
Alright.
endurance.
Yeah,
Depends
well,
on the type of attack being made.
the core stat there would be power.
Yeah, melee. Yep. Okay, so
And
all attacks made with the brute melee, precise melee, unarmed skill can be parried or dodged, as provided you don't have a weapon that says otherwise. So you're attacking with that, and then
he's attacking with the hilt of a dagger. Yeah,
so I want to parry.
from a kneeling position.
Yep. So yep.
I'm going to say that that's going to make it tougher.
That's fair. All right.
You only need your hands.
Sure, you can.
Yeah, but I think okay, fine. You can probably block or parry the attack just fine from a kneeling position, but counter-attacking will be tough.
That's
Yeah.
fair. All right. So not warrior. Some skill covered Morningstar. Character raises a mace to parry the attack. A parry is 8, meaning a parry is 8, meaning that the GM must roll 8+ to get success towards striking character. So my power is something
8.
6. Is it
8.
Sweet? It is too. So I think you roll. Doesn't actually say what you roll.
Parry is used primarily to dip blah 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 blah.
Do you just roll what, like a D10 or?
Weapon skill? Attack skill?
If the target wishes to parry the attack, then the opposed skill check is resolved against the target's power rank. If the target wishes to dodge the attack, then the opposed skill check is resolved against the target's speed rank. That's all. It's a choice.
Well, I'll parry it. So
it goes against your power then.
Yep.
Which is
8.
8. Yes, it is. So okay. And that will be versus 8. That'll be actually that's going to be 2 successes. And it's an attempt to knock you out, not just deal damage.
Okay.
But since you did try to deflect it, but not successfully, so you get a pretty bad bleeding wound on your head as you try to block it, but it doesn't knock you out. You lose 2 HP, unless you have armor that says otherwise.
Nope. All right.
And the other guy with the crossbow can't quite see what's going on and does not react in time, as it's clear that you're not surrendering.
Okay.
So it's your round to do something.
All right. So basically, I want to just punch this guy, like punch the knife guy. Is he in front or behind me?
He's in front of you.
Okay. So I want to just punch the knife guy as hard as I can in the knee and just cripple his leg. What do I roll?
Well, that sounds like it'll be brute melee versus
Cool. Yep. Okay.
Brute melee versus his versus a challenging threat.
I also get damage +1 due to my weapon, if that means anything.
All right.
So what do I actually roll?
Brute melee.
Cool. Just the normal 5d10 or?
Yeah. 5d10.
Sweet. Nice.
Yay.
That is a success and a success and a success. With no botches. So despite taking a blow to the head, you respond with a devastating blow to the knee. A critical wound to the knee. And
Smashed his kneecap.
yeah.
With his fist.
Let's see. Let me just 3 successes. Yeah. It's a dramatic success. Awesome things happen. So you cripple his leg and he goes to the ground.
Do I still have a move action?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can close the distance between you and the other guy.
Yes, please.
But that's the end of your round.
Salute.
So he sees that this is going down and fires his crossbow at you.
Point blank into the chest.
Yep, which
Goodbye.
Yeah, it'll be a fired missile, and if you dodge, it'll be targeting your speed. You can't really parry this, so yeah, it'll be targeting your speed.
Yeah, because I don't have a shield. Yeah, alright, well, yeah, I pretty much have to dodge, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yes.
would take cover work?
You are in an open field as you described.
Hit the deck.
Taking cover is the act of hitting the dirt or diving behind some type of protection, so I could just drop to try and dodge it.
What does that get you in terms of what core stat it affects?
No, never mind. I don't want to do that. Ignore that. That's a wits roll, and we don't want to go there with this character.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, it's the same.
Yeah,
I'll dodge.
Well, only get one success, so it grazes you, dealing 1 HP.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's a nasty graze, but no, it's still just a minor wound. Or flesh wound, rather. Yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
Tis only a flesh wound.
Whereas the blow to the head you took is a serious wound that will require medical attention for days.
That's fair.
Good thing we have 2 players who can heal.
And what Digo got earlier was a critical wound.
Woohoo! I'm an achiever.
You're gonna need surgery for that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, that's the other agent's turn. So yours is up.
Well, I'm gonna do the mature thing and just punch him in the face.
Mature, he says. Mature.
Yep, another brute melee, and he's just a. The thing about GM characters is that they don't need to be terribly set it up. It's just like, is he trivial or challenging or tough? And these guys are challenging. So that's what we're doing.
We got 2 successes then, I think.
Yep, those are 2 successes and no botches. It's very good to be, fully skilled in something without having to leave it up to fate.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable success. And to the face, I'm just gonna say, it's not as dramatic as punching a guy in the knee and crippling him, but you knock him out.
Cool.
But that does leave you with 2 bodies and yourself bleeding on the ground from your head.
Good job.
One knocked out guy and one guy screaming, clutching his leg.
Yeah, it is. You haven't done it in a terribly public place, but there's also nowhere nearby to hide all this.
Okay, I have a plan.
No, you don't.
Oh boy.
No, I do. It's great. So all right. So I take all their stuff.
Oh god.
Already off to a good start.
You find a couple of shards belonging to the same shard net.
Neat.
You find
That's
you
always good.
get a couple of daggers and the crossbow with poison bolts. By the way, you've just noticed that you're now suffering from some kind of weak poison.
Oh, yay!
And
Hey.
you will take -1 HP if you move and act at the same time, starting now.
Fair enough.
I think I got a spell to delay that.
And
I do too.
you find some coin purses. Say total
Cool.
of 40 coin between them.
No, not. Yep. Cool.
And yeah, you've got the shards. Nothing in terms of like really identifying markers. They don't seem to be like agents of any particular house. You're probably guessing that, like you, these are just cut out, thugs hired from a cutout of a cutout. of a alias, whatever.
That's fair.
So that's their stuff taken. What do you do with them now?
Well, now that they look like they've been robbed, I'm just gonna leave.
You're not worried about what they'll say to their employers or to other people, to the authorities?
You know, usually you're so good about telling me not to murder people, but fine.
This game's has a much bigger emphasis on operational security.
That is a very good point. In which case, I will take, I'll take the daggers that I stole off them and just kill both of them.
All right, now you have two dead bodies.
Cool.
Now what?
Body chucks.
You have.
I dual wield the bodies.
Swing them around by their legs.
And it's only a matter of time before someone walks by in this open field that you're in. It's dead of night, but the moon's out.
How far away is the woods? Serious question.
You walked out to an open field opposite of the road from the woods, and the bodies will be a little heavy, but you can drag them there in it would take you many minutes to drag them to the forest.
Normally, I'd just set them on fire and be done with it, but I'm in the middle of a plains, and that would be super noticeable. Anywhere else, it would be fine. And I don't have a shovel on me, so digging a grave for them would be a pain in the ass.
What about that awesome spell you were talking about earlier?
Do you want to?
Yeah!
What?
That's the point.
Oh, I know what he's doing now.
Digo, this is why we're friends. Can I use disassemble on corpses?
He's thinking about it.
Because it's a legitimate question. It's not even a joke.
And if I can't, then I want to disassemble them before I stab them.
I would not want to be a coroner in this world.
I would like to be
Look,
a
another
coroner.
faceless John Doe into
Another
the incinerator.
Oh, man.
They just sit there in front of the body reading off of a long list of known code phrases.
Just going through the dictionary hoping something works.
I imagine that any sufficiently advanced state coroner would have access to code breakers for exactly this sort of situation.
I'd like to think that they're probably one of the most well-paid individuals in the world because they have to deal with stuff like
Well,
this.
I imagine you just hire like a specialist coroner to deal with deaths that involve cryptomancy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Make the password something funny, you know. Risk eaters are a dick.
Just make the password dead corpse 001 dead corpse 002.
Or you just replace the O in corpse with 0.
Replace the threes.
Write it all in Leap. Run it through Google Translate.
There is no stipulation here that the target has to be alive.
Sweet.
But that will really not help the fact that they still have the same clothes and equipment, and they're still...
What if I take their clothes?
And for the crossbow guy, certainly his hand was on his shard as you were killing him.
Oh, crap.
So the first thing that came across that shard was, oh shit.
What's that streak flying towards my face? Well,
I feel like the
I'm
moment
kinda-
they realize that you've killed their guys, they're gonna kill me. So please.
My face. Oh
Well,
God,
you can't take back the murder now.
You can't
Goodbye.
take back murder.
No backsies.
Oh, come on. I didn't mean to.
Also,
You absolutely did.
You actually meant it, and I still have the scrolls. You fucked up.
we have the bodies.
Actually, that's a good point. While the two bodies are there, I'm going to take out my my shard and send across. So, my 2 guys aren't following me anymore. How are you guys going?
More screaming.
Still got a broken leg. I'm following the
I'm
screaming.
fine.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks.
Smarty's
You're
just like,
welcome.
I'm a tree.
All right,
I
so
am true.
do you want to try just dragging the bodies over to the forest and
Yeah.
and not getting
Help.
caught? Which
Yes.
I will say, because dissemble really isn't going to help you at all here.
I'm gonna find a use for it, damn it.
Not here, you won't.
I'm going to say that this is just gonna be stealth, yeah.
'Cause,
To
yeah, like
make
my
sure you
original
weren't
plan
seen
was
as
to
you try to
keep
move
it
the
for
bodies.
delivery.
Yeah, stealth.
Yeah, okay. So stealth is 6.
No,
Well, speed
that's
is
your
6, agility is 4.
Yeah,
Which is still pretty good.
yeah. 40, 10 plus 1d6.
Time to crit fail. I was close.
I'm gonna say you only get 1 success from that.
Okay. Challenging makes sense.
Yeah. And as you finish throwing the second body into the swamp, there's a wagon comes by, and the driver definitely seems to see you, but you don't know how much he saw.
Oh my god! How many people am I gonna have to kill tonight?
You're probably better off just running and letting yourself be the mysterious figure in the night.
Use
So I
this
pull out the
symbol on
crossbow
your
and
face.
shoot him in the face.
No, use this symbol on your face.
You have a hood on, and it's dark,
Do it anyway.
so you aren't. And there's some distance between you and the driver.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was gonna just walk over and be like, "Babble! Now you can't tell anyone anything. Leave." But like, and you're not allowed to play this anymore because you're a monster.
The tale spread throughout the city of the mysterious asshole.
Oh man, I really want to start a mage character who just does that, just walks around the city being like babble, 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 babble.
Such a character, such a character would probably not be allowed to be born in this world.
I would die early.
Disassemble.
Yeah, all right.
Fireball
I'll
straight
just-
to the house.
I'll leg it.
You just disappear into the forest.
Yep. Do you need me to roll for that, or can I just do it?
Nope, you just do it.
If you find a dog in there, that'll be, you know.
So, Avis,
Return to the train wreck.
you are running through the alleys, and so are 2 other hooded figures behind you. Digo,
Yeah.
you hear some shouting and running coming your way.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Ow.
Help
Ow.
me.
Ow. Okay. What do you want me to do? Kind of running on one leg here, and it hurts.
Well, it's approaching the spot where you're hiding.
Oh jeez. Okay. All right. Getting out of hiding. What can I do? Okay. No.
Zenkarn, as your character rolls through the forest, you can you try to listen in on the shards you picked up, but there doesn't seem to be any chatter on them anymore.
That's fair.
It seems like they with the last few echoes being, he's coming over with my own dagger. We've been compromised.
Oh god, my face. He punched me in the face.
Yeah,
Inaudible screaming.
yeah, stuff like that. Basically, nothing pretty from to
Snake, snake, snake.
crippled men who were summarily executed. But after that, just nothing. It's radio silence.
That's fair.
Anyway, back to Avis and Digo.
All right. Okay. Here's an idea. So through Shardnet, talking to her. How about if I hide you and I run in your place?
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I thought so too.
You should do it.
Yeah, but knowing my stealth abilities, it won't end well, and then we'll just both be seen.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was thinking I hide you. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's assuming they don't find me.
that's true. A rat might give you away.
It still revolves around my stealth skill.
No, wait, no, I want to retract what I said earlier about the shardnet. You wouldn't have been able to read anything because it'll have been encrypted. You can
roll it unencrypted.
You'd need to know the passphrase, and you didn't ask them before you killed them.
Oops.
Well, I didn't realize I had a shardnet on them at the time. Well, I'm just gonna sit there and randomly guess words while I walk then.
You're just randomly saying words.
You travel through the whole forest and still manage to not guess it.
Totally great waste of time. Hey guys, do you think mayonnaise is a good password? What kind of dying?
How many guys you got chasing you?
2.
2? Oh, that's good. Even if we get together and split up, there's still one on each.
Yeah.
Fun.
Better decide on something.
Okay, do I got my weapon on me?
Okay, you still got all your equipment on you.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, if I can at least get one of them off your back, I think you could maybe get rid of the scroll to somebody else?
I can get rid of the scroll whenever, to be honest. Especially if I'm running.
Okay.
But I think the issue is also that they're not going to stop chasing me.
We'll find out. Okay, so, if I understand this, she's running by where I'm hiding.
She's about to, yeah.
She's about to. Okay, so when she does, and the 2 guys pass, I'm going to pop up and shoot one in the back. See if I can't distract him and pull him away.
Or kill him.
Either way. If I kill him accidentally, sure, the bonus. But if I can at least get...
Accidental murder is still murder.
Accidentally on purpose.
All right. I will not bother having you roll to remain in stealth because you have already done that. You are already pretty stealth in the house where you're in the empty house where you're at. So I will just ask you to make a fired missile check as they go running by.
Wee, okay.
And let's see, which one was the stealth check that you made? That was the 21, the 6, and the 8, and the 1. So that's 1 success. All right. Just want to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's
21.
a success, and a botch, and a success, and a nothing, and a botch. So that's a 0. But you got a success. He isn't expecting it. So, with the 1 success you got from the stealth, No, only if you got a success in the first place. So, no, your shot misses, but they definitely notice you.
All right. Well, I'm going to flip them the bird. I'm going to start running, see if I can get somebody to chase me.
That would be acting and moving in the same turn.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
actually, the 2 of them actually, one of them, the guy you shot, kind of flinches and stops. The other one stops a little bit further ahead and then hesitates.
Can I use that chance? Like, I'm assuming they're looking at him now. Can I use that chance to duck somewhere and fail another stealth check?
Well, if you do, then they'll be attacking Digo instead.
This is true, but I'm still assuming I'm running.
Well, now you're in an alley. You're not in a big public space.
Yeah.
You could actually take the fight to them here now.
True.
And the shot has distracted them momentarily.
It's 2 on 2. Come on, Zencard can take 2 guys on.
Yeah, Zencard. Okay.
We got double the numbers.
Well, if you're going to do that and they're going to be distracted by you, can I hit them with my quarterstaff? Or at least the one that's closest to me?
Yeah, the one who stopped a little bit further ahead and was basically right behind you. Yeah, you can turn around and whack him.
I'm assuming that's strength.
Yeah, that's a brute melee, I would think. Unless, I mean, your quarterstaff, then.
Yes.
Does it say what skill?
Melee, precise melee.
Oh, it is precise melee. So, you roll precise melee, which is under speed dexterity.
Everything's a 2. Where'd it go?
So maybe that wasn't a good weapon to pick.
Actually, no, I think it's great.
Because you're leaving a lot of that up to fate. Oh, God.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Success, and 5.
Found it.
Fate was
Can I crush his skull?
Fate was supremely kind.
GG.
Yeah.
Crush his skull.
You give him a critical blow to the neck, and he falls over like a sack of potatoes.
Yes.
Just break
Not
his
today.
neck.
Like a precise, you hit him basically in the trachea.
Sweet.
See, I should fight more often now. Is what this is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
the
all
other
saying
the
violence.
other agent goes, "Oh shit!"
Hit him again.
and responds by moving towards the guy who shot him at range, and trying to close in with his dagger.
Uh-oh.
So, do you try to parry or dodge?
I'm gonna try to dodge. Think I can parry with a bow effectively. I mean, realistically.
You just have to be Legolas.
Yeah, well, I have a Legolas. What am I dodging with?
That'll be your speed. Which, did I accidentally close yours? I think I did.
My speed's
3
6.
or 6. Yeah.
So,
Speed stat is 6.
let's see. That's 2 successes.
Uh-oh.
So you lose 2 HP and you've got another serious wound.
Pain.
Please stop dying.
Now it is
Oh.
now it is your rounds, the 2 of you.
Well, I did not plan to die. It was certainly not on my to-do list.
Not today, not tomorrow. Maybe
Not ever.
Thursday.
Watch today be Thursday. Yeah. Okay, I was just checking. It was like Monday. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to shoot this guy again.
It's worth noting that you basically heal at like 1 HP per day standard, or 1 HP per downtime, which is 8 hours standard.
It's a one shot. Let's go for broke.
So what are you doing here?
I'm just gonna shoot this guy.
So that'll be a fired missile.
Yay! No! Yay!
That's 2 successes and 1 failure. So you give him a flesh wound, but you don't manage to kill him. Avis.
Avenge me!
If it didn't break the first time, let's go in again. We're just gonna hit him again with the giant
Yeah,
quarterstaff.
you can move to close the distance and hit him
Yeah.
with a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
He's going to try to parry with his with his dagger. Oh my
So
god!
I really a lot.
That's 4 successes.
You are a death machine with that stick.
What's really, really funny is that
You
my
jab.
dexterity is a 2.
Yeah, so you're the fate dice are just rolling 6s for you. It's just boxcars all the time.
This is why the risk eaters want me dead.
Very much so.
It's not even you they're after, it's your staff.
You hit you hit with the staff so precisely with just the butt of it that you shatter his spine.
I warmed him up for you.
And he goes down in extreme pain. And you can finish him off.
Okay,
Yeah, do that. Let's do that and go.
go for broke.
So now you have 2 very dead bodies in the alley.
So yeah, on private Chardonnay. Well, we got someone here for 2, so that ties.
I'm no longer dying, but now we have 2 dead bodies.
And I'm in serious pain. Ow. Ooh, ow. Hop, hop.
Walk
I'm
it
gonna
off.
send the map coordinates to the swamp.
I wonder if
Alright.
I could healing hands you. Let's just use more magic.
So, do you try to hide the bodies?
Yes.
Loot the
Yeah,
bodies?
let's do that. Hide them at least.
Put them in a bin somewhere.
Yeah, you can find a dumpster somewhere.
There you go.
I mean, it's fantasy, but they probably have like big trash piles somewhere.
Fantasy dumpsters.
Yay.
It'll be a while before someone finds them.
I'm suddenly thinking of like high fantasy where the dumpsters are all mimics.
Let's
Yes.
Wow.
check to see if the chain is attached or not.
If the chains curl the right way.
Right?
All right. So when you so do you all notify Glau's agents that you've lost your tails in one way or
Yeah.
another?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They say, "Well, I hope you've done your best to clean up, but the scroll is still with you, correct? The scroll is still in one of your possessions?
Yeah, because I never sent it out.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, Thronehouse Square, the juggler's tent. Bring the scroll. All will be illuminated there."
Okay.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
that's where we'll leave it for this little test session.
That was awesome.
Because the next part starts, a lot of plot, and
Yeah, and it's already 5 o'clock my time, so
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
start cooking.
yeah, now's a good time. So that's Cryptomancer. That's the opening sequence of the sample adventure.
That was fun.
It was.
You with the sticks. Bam, bam. It's like,
You realize that was like 100% luck.
No, it was skill.
Entirely luck.
Well, one of the attribute rolls was the 10, and then the 2. The other
You rolled
2
box
for the
cars
other one were
twice in a row.
luck is one of her skills. Tell me you recorded this, Bud.
I
please.
did record this.
Awesome.
The early parts are gonna be a little slow because we're like, what the heck is going on here? But yeah, that's Cryptomancer
Man, do not mess with the dwarf.
without any of the actual like cryptomancy stuff.
Right?
That's
Do not mess with the dwarf with the staff.
The stuff is a hacking tool. You just hit the shard enough, and eventually it works.
It's a multi-purpose staff.
It's like the sonic screwdriver, except it can actually hurt people.
But yeah,
It's
so
just a-
basically what would happen now is that you'd now that you're certain you're not being tailed, you'd head back to your hideout and rest and dress your wounds, gain
get
back a
healed.
couple of HP, cleanse any poison or whatnot, and then, but you wouldn't heal back to full is the problem.
Yeah. It's pretty lethal.
Like you could use spells or whatnot, but then you'd be low on MP. Then you wouldn't be meditating.
I'm sure there's doctors in the city somewhere we could go.
They're not going to be in your safe house though.
What if we
Well,
kidnap
no, but we're not being tailed anymore, so that's fine. And we have the staff.
You
if anyone-
generally assume that any place
stuff?
generally
You have
assume
the
that any place that you are wanted people. Generally assume that any place that is not your safe house is
It's not safe.
is not secure. And if you just go
Yeah, but
walk
we've got
up to a
stuff, right?
to a state hospital, who knows who's gonna follow or ambush or take notes on you there?
This guy broke his
answer
leg.
is
and don't
everyone.
ask why.
Why are you covered in blood? Don't worry, most of it's not.
That's true.
mine.
You'd also have to report to the constables as to what incident got you in the situation in the
got-
first place.
I got attacked by a bear trap. Don't worry about it. I'm not pressing charges. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay. What location?
In the forest.
Where in the forest? At what time?
About that.
Could, if we went into the forest, could you point out the location?
Probably not because it's dark and it's midnight.
Well then, okay. Just tell us the time and the approximate location.
Midnight. and then random number into the forest. Number that's probably wrong.
All right.
Midnight and look for the bear trap with blood on it.
Yeah.
Don't make me do your job. You do your job.
All split up. It says shake a leg.
There are no bears in the
Good
forest,
lord.
and there are no creatures that are legal to hunt that would require bear traps.
She's a really big rabbit
I
trap.
didn't know that. Thank you for informing me of that.
Pocket sand.
I wanted
Well,
to
that
hunt
means
bears.
It's like, well, that means whoever put that bear trap there is a giant asshole.
Your wounds also aren't on your leg.
I didn't hit my leg.
She's very clumsy.
If any other part
You
of this
also
session
weren't
had
wounded
taught you
this session.
anything,
What are you talking about?
Pocket sand.
Something sounds like I should have been doing
funny.
that.
I know everything.
So yeah,
So
the point being that you just don't want to use official facilities if you can help it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somewhere around that's got a doctor that isn't official.
You can. There's like you know.
I have to go to Dr. Nick.
There is like strategic resources you can spend to upgrade your safe house so that you do have like a medical bay where you can
You have
restore
to,
all your health. But you don't have one. You're renting out a cellar and a gem store, so and that's your safe house right now, and it doesn't have any special amenities or upgrades or anything.
And seeing as it's a one shot, it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you want to keep doing this. But
No,
you don't
I
have
think
to.
I don't. I don't know how this campaign's gonna go, but I can live without finding out for now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Spud's like, I don't want to deal with you people. Not in this.
I
One guy-
definitely want to make my own and sort of, yeah. I mean, it's the choice between making my own world and learning this one that they made, which has like these houses and
All the typical Vampire Masquerade kind of stuff.
it's not Vampire Masquerade. It's just more,
It's fantasy Shadowrunny to me.
yeah, with a bit of, I don't know, Witcher, Dragon Age, or just generic fantasy stuff,
Yeah.
but like dark, high fantasy stuff. I don't know. So there's like betrayals and politics and
Fun stuff.
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I can pay you for another game now that we've done this one.
I would like to.
Maybe after
I have so
the
many
holidays.
Yeah, can I get a break for the holidays?
No.
I decided to play hard mode this holiday season. In addition to the holidays, I am trying to close on a house.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah,
During
that was-
holidays.
This is a trip I've forgotten how complicated it was. And last time I tried this, I got to the day of closing and then got laid off.
Oy.
Ouch.
Yeah. 2011 can go eat a boat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I feel good feelings on this one though.
That helps. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fair.